Hi, Stampin' Buddies. It's Rylie from Rylie's Little Bit of Crafting. Today we're gonna do
Beautiful butterflies.
beautiful butterflies, and this is from Shrinky Dink.
Shrinky dinks.
Shrinky Dink. I'm gonna make a Shrinky Dink butterfly with these two butterflies. These are just so you know, you need cutters for this, and you need this. You don't need Bossy Bessie, and you need the ones and twos. So first the one, which is the white one, goes on the bottom, and this is like all scratched one. The scratch part goes down because that's where it's gonna cut, and then this part that is not scratched goes on top. Well, for now you can just flip it over like this, but don't put it.
That'll work.
And don't put like the scratched part like that in the thing. And then you put the other two.
Okay, I'll hold those for you.
And you have to have stays on, so be careful when you're using stays on. Have a grown-up parent if you're a kid, because this is permanent and get on your clothes or your thing, you'll stay and you're done. Your skin is done. So you cannot wash it off. It's permanent, so be careful. And even though it smells like beautiful cherries, this is not for eating. It's ink.
Smells
smells so good.
Almonds to me. All right, here you go.
Kind of. Okay, now you have to stamp. Tap, tap, tap a little bit.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, now
Yep.
you stamp it onto these pieces like this. These are for making bracelets.
Oh, that didn't go very good.
Come on.
Let's do a little bit more ink. Whoop, and I got ink on my thumb.
That's great.
All right, let's see if we can line this up here.
If you get stays on your skin, if you go fast enough and if it's wet still, you could probably wash it off. But probably only some will come off. And you have to be careful.
There we go.
And you have to let this dry, right?
We do have to kind of let it dry a little bit. You want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the ink for you.
And do not get it in your hair. Or your hair will be black forever.
Yeah, until it grows out.
Until it grows out.
It'll fade. Let's see how much ink you have on there.
Good.
That'll work. Okay. There you go.
And remember, when you're using ink products that are permanent, remember to always have a parent. Don't go up to stays on without a parent. If you're a kid, kids out there, they're out there, do not open the stays on covenant without a grown-up, or you might get it on your skin.
And we need to put that case cover on there because it'll dry out quick, right?
Super quick.
All right, so make sure that that's on there nice and snug. Good. Put the cover on, and we're going to store it upside down so that the ink settles to the pad. Now this is stays on cleaner. And I'm going to use this to put it on our
I think this
stamp, and I'm going to wash this off really quick because we don't want it to ruin the photopolymer stamps.
Yeah, and this stays on cleaner will only work on ink, but not skin or clothes. This is only for stays on. This is not for any other kind of ink.
All right.
The reason it's black is it's just black ink, so it doesn't matter. It stays on, and this is meant for stays on. It stays on cleaner. You can see that. Stays on cleaner.
Okay. So, look at that. I got it off my thumb with
Wow.
lava soap.
Oh, and soap is not actually love, it's just a name.
Right.
Just
All right. Here's your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine.
Okay, are they dry?
Yep, they're dry enough. I'll
Okay,
help you with
good.
that part.
Good.
All right, go ahead and set up your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine.
This is little Bossy Bessie.
Yep, it's Bossy Betsy.
Bossy little Betsy.
And let's move it up just a little bit more here so it's in the view.
One. And then scratch part down, right?
It doesn't matter. The scratch part can go up in the way it's warped a little bit. So.
And then this, it says top, please.
Top plate.
Top plate, top plate, top plate. So this is not a bottom plate. You might want to have this one on.
Just because I try to keep the cleaner one on the top, right?
Yeah.
So right over here, there is a little piece of washi tape.
Line it up.
So line that up and put your washi tape on there. Let's.
Washing tape is
That one.
if you're say washing tape and you think of George Washington, he died already. So this is washi tape. This is not George Washington tape.
All right, tape it on there.
Okay, you have to line it up first
Yeah.
before you tape it on.
All right, and then put your top plate on there.
And I don't think regular tape will just sit do the trick. So you have to have washi tape. Come on, get in there.
There you go.
There.
All right, so there's number one.
Number one. You wanna
Carefully.
be careful. Oh, you wanna wait a few minutes until the stays on's dry. Because if you just touch it and it's not dry, then you get stays on all over you.
All right, so.
It's still, I cannot smell because I already got soap on my hands.
All right, so get that ready for the next one. We're gonna do two. And then here's another piece of washi tape. Actually, you could just use that one that you have right there. Let me help line it up for you. It shifted a little bit. Hang on just a second, please. All right, we're trying to line this up without getting our heads in the film, in the camera. Go ahead and put that on.
Washi tape, washi tape. This doesn't actually wash your clothes.
All right.
It's just tape.
You need another plate on there.
Oh. And this will not cut if you have this top plate on.
Yep, it'll just roll through without any resistance.
Oh, great. Okay.
Now, hang on. Let's take this out. It got a little misaligned. There. Let's try this again. All right, now go. All right.
Oh, and I graduated from first grade, so I get to go in second grade now.
Way to go.
And half through second grade, I'm going to be 7, and half through second grade, 8. And then our school only goes up to third grade, so it's sad because I'll miss my school when I go to a different school for fourth
All right.
grade.
Go ahead and close that up.
And this is really flexible, so don't bend it or it'll probably break. It's just this, so it's garbage after you use it. So
All right, now.
let's get little Betsy out of here.
Good job. And we need our,
Hairbrush thing.
this is our heat tool. Let me plug it in. Don't turn it on yet though,
I won't.
because we have to do a little bit of chatting maybe. Do you want to try to put a little bit of color on this? If we use just markers, just for those who are watching, markers will wipe off. So we would have to use alcohol blends. The problem with using alcohol blends is that StazOn is a solvent-based ink. So if we put our alcohol blends on here, we're gonna potentially mess up the lines if we're not careful, all right? So should we just leave them like this?
I guess we should just put a little
Okay,
color.
I will go get a couple of colors, but the other thing we need to do, just a second, we need to punch a little hole in these.
So they can hang from
Yep.
a chain thingy.
So this is kind of an experiment. Rylie and I have not done this together before. I'm going to go ahead and punch a little hole. These are old Stampin' Up! Punches, but they're not available anymore, so I apologize for that.
So you, Grandma, do that little butterfly, and I do the big butterfly.
Okay, where are you going to punch it? I was going to punch it in one of the wings.
Yeah, just punch in one.
Oh, you ready for me to punch it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Punch. This is not like an actual punch where you punch somebody. It's a punch to make these tiny holes. So this
Okay,
is
what color do you think you want, Rylie? Like a red
fresh
or an orange?
fuchsia. Fresh fuchsia.
The fresh fuchsia is going to be too light. It won't show. We need a brighter, darker color.
Maybe dark blue.
We have, how about blueberry bushel? That might look good.
Okay, that's fine.
And then maybe melon mambo.
Okay.
Pink and a blue. So
Melon mambo.
I'm going to just show you on this one. And in fact, let's get a little piece of scratch paper so we can actually see better.
Oh, that.
What I'm gonna do
smell good.
is I'm just gonna dot some color on here,
Wow.
but I'm not gonna touch the black line if I can help it. Okay? See how I'm doing that? I'm using the bullet tip.
Yeah. Don't use the big tip for this, or you get on the lines and it'll mess the whole thing up.
Yep. So I'm just kind of dotting it on here. So Rylie, you ready to give it a try on yours?
I might.
And how do you know it's the bullet tip?
Because it's curvy.
And because there's a little line there where there's a thick line for that paintbrush side, right?
Yeah.
And try your hardest not to touch the black lines. And I would say do dot, dot, dot instead of trying to draw lines. So if you do dots, if you touch the black line a little bit, it should still be okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to heat these up, right? And we're going to watch them shrink. Now, I've only done these before in like my toaster oven, where I put them on a cookie sheet with parchment paper. I set it, I think, like at 250 degrees. I don't remember. It might say on the package. This is just Shrinky Dink material that I got at the craft store. So it's Shrinky Dinks. And I don't think it tells you the temperature to bake it at. So I think I started at 250, and then you just watch them as they crinkle up, and you think it's going to be a horrible fail, and then they flatten out.
I'm going to do pink.
All right. I'll trade you.
And when you're using one side, don't pick off the other cap, because there's a cap for the side.
We could technically put this cap on the end here so that you don't lose it.
Yeah.
Just be careful that you don't put it on too tight, because then when you pull it off, you probably pull off both caps.
My feet are killing me.
Oh dear. You can use these tweezers to kind of just push down on here if you want, so that your finger doesn't get...
Excuse me.
Okay. Or you can use your finger. We'll see how this goes with the heat gun. In theory, it should work just fine. Careful that you don't mess up the black lines. All right. Now careful that, yep. Careful that you're lining it up so you don't break the tips.
I can't.
And then we need to turn on the heat gun and turn it to the powder because we want it to get warmer. You want me to do this part?
I'll do it.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. We have to hold it down or it's going to blow away. And now we just have to watch for the magic as it shrinks when it gets hot. See that? Keep blowing it. Go over the top a little bit. Maybe a little bit closer. Keep blowing it. Keep blowing it a little closer over here. See how it's flattening out? Voila. All right.
Wow.
All right, now I have to push that off. Look at that.
You're shrinky
Stop.
dinky.
It's hot still. All right, now let's do this one. Hopefully everybody can see some of the magic here. So it looks like it's getting all crazy and then it's going to flatten out. All right,
Way smaller
that's
than
it. Turn it off. And then I'm going to use my, pardon my reach, I'm going to use my other tweezers to push that off this tweezer. So we got a little bit of plastic here that I might just be able to snip off later.
Tell us in the comments if you like our shrinky dinkies.
Yeah. So I'll snip that. There's a little piece on here. You might not even be able to see it, but there's a little piece of plastic that came out with the tweezers. All right. Whoop, careful.
And you don't blow so hard they blow away.
All right.
They're hot after.
So we'll end up either making some earrings or maybe a bracelet. Your head's in the video, honey. All right. So let's just let them cool off. And we'll turn them into another project. We could even just put these on a card as a cute little item.
Give us a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.
Happy crafting, everybody.